Hello and welcome to something a bit different. Yeah, wrong football manager. And I'm not going to do a series. We're not doing that. I'm not going to say a number, but my wanted list, my wish list, off the FM24, which I know people are doing. And yes, this is my current save. No congratulations on who I'm managing. But obviously I'm on console as well, so most of this will be dedicated to the console side of the game more than the PC. But obviously some of this can go to the PC as well. While we're in the menus and so forth, I'm going to get to that Wolves game and do the last part in that as well. I think, well, to be honest, this doesn't need that much clearing up. Cleaning it's all pretty much alright. All I'd say is perhaps on here have it so you've got overall stats of not just the player stats from your current club, but to have it as overall player wise, because from every competition wise and so forth, and not like I said, just and get the big bugs, but not just have the ones on it, have it so you can actually find the league as it were in that list and not have to try and find it as it were. So that's the only thing I'd say on that. Have it as well so you can actually find the top score of the league, highest rating of the league, assists and so forth of the league, not just yours on that list. That's all. To be fair, it's all on these lists around here as well. So moving on down, to be honest, there's not much you can add on here, apart from what I may actually say is have it so you've got a way to not necessarily say, oh, I want it condition, sharpness, morale, last 5 games, appearance scores. That's easy to say in the average rating. But have it so instead you can actually change these to have it as, you can't actually obviously do, is to have it as the stats in that regard. Which, to be fair, you probably can customise it. But I haven't really looked into this, but stats and so forth, not necessarily that stats, but if I go to Rainer, but these stats here, pretty much, with obviously, I'll go to this part here as well, the potential ability side of it, which I know people have modded on to do the PC version. Obviously tactics, yeah, can't change much for that. But I may say a couple of bits later on. Once again, today I have back up, don't bother changing that. Obviously on PC, you've got a lot more different responsibilities that you can give and so forth. And what I might say is have a bit more on there as well. To have, perhaps sort of give console the press conferences, to be fairness. Because that's really the only thing that's missing. Some people might like to do them, some people won't. That's what I'm going to say to that. Obviously training I don't really go on to that much, so I'm not too worried. Moving on to the schedule side of things, but I do have the odd occasion when I have the reserve players play at the same time. And if I go to my squad, you may have a guess that I haven't got many players. I'll use French player on this one because, yeah, it's easier. But all these players are the subs, then that's all I've got is more or less youth players. Because I don't really want all of them in, as it were. far too many youth goalkeepers. But yeah, something that can actually help out a lot more to make the game a little bit more sensible when it makes the fixtures up, to try and not interfere with the first team games, because yeah, I've got barely any players available, and if you've got players obviously injured, that means you've got less players on the bench as well. So potentially you will have less. You could almost get less than 5 subs. That includes a goalkeeper in some respects of it. On this screen, to be fairness, I think that should continue on with the list for when after you're knocked out all up to the final. Because yeah, I'm in the final of the FA Cup. But yeah, that's all I can say on that one. And also, that's nothing different than the didn't know enforceable related. But yeah. Also your recruitment. Nothing different there. Perhaps bug fixes here and there, because if I remember rightly, that's a bug, because it's not letting me get over to any of this side, and it's not actually fully letting me do much. And I'm pressing the buttons to do edit, but it's not working. Nothing's working, to be fair. Delete will delete it, but there's nothing there to come up with, so I'll just go a day or two. Obviously messages, I'm not too worried about that, apart from these perhaps not having them as frequently popping up for potential sign wise, which is on your list insert constantly. Obviously club info you can't change because that's the club, but yeah, obviously club vision, something which I'm going to do to add to this, because I know it doesn't actually technically say it on this, but for players and stuff, which to be honest FIFA could do done a lot better as well, but it kind of include it as well, to perhaps have it not say the current season sort of thing, say the end of 2 seasons away, say, sort of thing. And that's what I mean, 3 seasons away, depending on the club, say, have it so, because obviously you've got the clubs which are more good with youth, or youth can have, say, or a bit more frequently, say, this is what I'm going to say, Saints for this one. Then say you've got, say, the lower league sort of clubs. So it doesn't, lower league clubs to have them every 2 years to try and have a youth academy product break into the first team. And then say lower league clubs, League 1, League 2, Championship, say if you remain in the Championship, say perhaps about 2-3 years, say, depending on the club on its level wise when you start, say. If it's then you Saints for this club that's just been relegated to the Championship, say, keep it, say, the same as the Premier League, say, because in theory you might expect those clubs to go straight back up again more than not. Then say Premier League, every 3 years they at least have 1 or 2 academy products jump into the into the starting 11. Obviously financial can't make much change on this, but from doing like, there's that bug again. But some of these make some of it a bit more easier and have it, so instead of it just go, oh, I want to improve that, but say, oh, we want to improve it to get these blah 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 reasons for more youth intake, if you're depending on that that situation and so forth. Obviously, budget is budget, so you can't do much of that. Then this will just be a bit of a development. If I go to my youth academy, yeah, that's what I had as a this year for things. Don't ask how he has got a lot of very good rating for this player, but very bad on overall. I think that might be a bug, but yeah, it is pathetic, to be fairness. And in theory, this shouldn't be down to the staff. You should at least have at least every player for every position on the pitch. So that is very registered to the formation which you are using, because that's, to be fair, how it does work. Then you pick and choose the players going up the list if you want to offer them contracts. They can, and I have offered these two, I believe, but they not really, but you offer them contracts, get it over, sorted, and then obviously a couple of days later they go, yes please, sort of thing. Because I have not had really any defensive players coming for ages, apart from the first centre back from a recent list, as it were, of a player that's not even that good actually. But from there, so yeah, I'm gonna have to just do that on it. But yeah, like I said, perhaps a bit more on what is wanted and promote more, but you can still have it as in the format, the good, decent, so forth. For this, I need to now pretty much go on to the game in 5 days against Wolves. So this will become a little bit of a miniature version of a thing, but most of this needs to be in the match side as well. Yeah, man. So yeah. And I'm pretty sure, while I'm actually thinking of it, financial side of things, I'm pretty sure this number is sometimes a bit too low on what budget you get at the start of every season, which isn't enough to really sign players for. And for me to, in some senses of it, get players onto the next level, as it were, instead of relying on free agents all the time, like trying to sign free people as well. And so I can upgrade my goalkeepers and so forth, as you can tell by the star ratings. So yeah, as well, not just for the club. Yeah, I can't care about after this, but yeah, there's so-called decent players. That was a close one. They're playing on the next day. I don't know if I play a youth player because I'm not too right. Anyway, I always do that for English players, but I wish, in some respects, this could be on PC as well. But perhaps if there are players that are injured, I use Misal Osvik for it here, or players that are not available, eligible, and so forth, or suspended, for them to actually not even be available to pick in that regard on this list, as it were. And I can never get these two going. I've tried every thing on that list. So yeah, there's the proof I play youth as well. Whereas yeah, players that are not actually on if I go to the not contract, not that one of these lists. That one on that for saying to stop playing for the youth side, but yeah, I think for now it's probably better for him to play in the youth as well, because he's not going to get that much game time. But I know he's at least enjoying himself. So, let me get into this. Go on, please wait. I've got all 10 available. This is something I can say improve a bit more. What is there for comment wise? Because you do get the odd, which I know is realistic to be fair, people moaning that, oh, why is so and so in the team sheet? And so I'm just looking at crowd James here, but you get, why is he playing? Ooh, why is he playing? Why is he playing? Sort of thing quite often. But then after, the same exact person changes his mind. Oh, so and so played well. Reason might have played him, mate. But yeah, I can get that a lot. I wouldn't be surprised if other people do as well. And also, I'm bored of that one trying to win by this time. But yeah, I'm surprised in how long he's kept this manager. But yeah, all side of them, I'm gonna skip all that. But if I go to shouts for an example, this is one area which could be improved, because to be fairness, they don't have to be split into four quarters. You could probably put those into a bit more of a smaller box and have encourage on there as well, and so forth, and some of the others which are on there, because you need encourage, to be fairness, on this list as well. I'm going to say it, but graphically, I know other people have been saying it. I know upgraded engine. Players looking a lot better than what they are is something needed as well, because to be fairness, they do look freaky if you see them. Bridget almost scores. Lenga has actually been quite a good player. Lisa. But yeah, no. So I'm not going to go in about perhaps have it so players go on a run and actually see the run themselves, encourage themselves more. That's in, but I think it needs to be put out a bit more. Because to be fairness, say if you win by a lot, like 5-0, which I have done, or 5-4-0, 6-0 sort of thing, in real life you quite often might see a team go, I can actually do a bit more better now, and keep going, as it were. And that doesn't seem to happen that much in Football Manager, at least for me at the moment. But obviously I'm not changing anything, but instructions and stuff should can be stayed the same, but some of this should probably be common sense to an AI anyway. Team subs and stuff are there. That was a very quick half. That's the quickest half I've ever seen, I think, on this game. But obviously have it so you can say get into the tablet and actually change stuff, and I've just done that, but have it so you can also do it in this mode, as it were, because in this mode there's none there, but you can't actually say do what I just did, but, try and make some more D's in that list. And what I may actually say is have it so you can actually have it split up into their areas, like goalkeepers, defenders, midfield, strikers, attackers, sort of thing, like it is on PC, not just have it the full team. When you say, to the attacking side of things, you go, you're actually doing quite well here. Then to the midfield, go, Then to defence, can you keep going, you're playing quite well. Midfield, yeah, you're not playing that well, keep going, get a bit more into them. To try and motivate them more if needed, if you're losing, say 1 or 2-0 or more half time. To be fairness, I never used one which is satisfied. I've done that before and lost the game in the second half. But yeah, the other things are like I said, press conferences after the game. because to be fairness, that can help out players. You get on here, you do get the news reports every so often. Oh, how about so and so? How they're playing? Or were you so happy about so and so scoring for their country? What a mess. Say type of thing. And I'm going to admit that's probably not that entertaining. I know you can't see it from this side after that, but if you tap the other side, say go the other side, and you see the linesman perhaps have it so they don't actually put their flag up for being offside. If it goes to VAR all the time to make it a little bit more interesting for people to guess, that one there. That linesman there, for example. But yeah. That was pathetic. But yeah. Because I know so you can get it right and you can get it wrong from the linesman. Yeah, that was pathetic. That was a bit pathetic. And they must have been annoyed about themselves. But yeah. And actually, on here, you could perhaps have their star ratings involved as well, not necessarily their fitness and so forth, on the players a bit, and on that list, say, when you go and substitute players or and on. But yeah, your player here and there should be having it instead of saying that because condition wise you can't actually necessarily change it to the overall rating side of things. And I'm talking about the players themselves, not any of the other bits. That happens quite a lot. And in some respects have it so some players that have just come onto the pitch as well may have a bit more of a oof onto the players as well that are playing to say, ooh, we might actually get subbed off if I don't play well, sort of thing. Technically I've just brought on two a striker, yeah. Well, technically I've just brought on two strikers, but in some respects of it, they definitely can act as a striker. But yeah, that was on the defense side as well. But yeah, I just saw a sniper coming from the medical person that's on the sideline. Something which I might say has actually improved some of the how to take corners and so forth. Say, because sometimes I think they are a little bit pathetically bad with how it is overall, say. Fair enough, I know it does announce the young side, because I have had that before, young side gets one over Man City and so forth, which I have done, then the game crashed. Then lost it, but hey ho. No, actually I didn't lose, I drew that game. But yeah. What the heck happened? Well, he didn't put his flag up, so it's going to be counted. This is what I mean. That perhaps have it so he gets the decision wrong and so forth. To be fairness, that's what should happen. It shouldn't be like, yeah. Once again, there's that bug again. Just go for it. But yeah, I always do this some days. So yeah, because I think instead of demanding more, I've encouraged them now. So you've just had a goal conceded against you. Don't let that get you off, type of thing. Encourage. It's probably better than demanding more. Yeah, I was disappointed that you conceded late on, but some players take it. This is what I mean. That you could have it in different areas. some people are happy that you draw in the last minute, some aren't. So, but in this, I think you should actually you don't really see it. So if a player makes his debut, you don't really see it from the academy side of things. You might see it from new signings. So, Zone makes his debut, but from the academy side of things, you won't. Which is something which they could probably improve on a little bit. Go on, game. So yeah. Obviously, I know they've got a timeline. Go that way. Profiles and so forth on that. So yeah. So 200 matches. Oh no, he did actually win that one. So yeah, I keep breaking the thing like no one's business. So yeah. So yeah. So as you can tell, I'm pretty much I do trust youth. So yeah. Blah blah blah. He'd be there for some time before you get killed. But yeah. So if I go, this could be the searching system could be a little bit more up, because I think, say if you're whatever country you're starting in, so that's my list obviously. So if you're obviously say in the English Football League, so League 1, League 2, Championship, Premier League, non-league and so forth, and Southern or non-league and so forth. So have it so you've got your country bounced onto this list instead of having to go through the list to try and find it. And the final thing, I know this might be a little bit different, because I know this is on console, but they have a mini version of the editor. And I say mini version, I don't mean the full on things being able to, if I go to the players again. So I want to change say Baz's star rating there. I don't mean that stats here and so forth. All I mean is, we'll go back home. Say at the start of the game, only not during the game for this. And this is what I mean. Only at the start of the game to have it enabled, to have it available to you. But say you want to remove, say, Man City from the Premier League and put them somewhere, dump them in a low league, or I don't know, a different country, or perhaps have like a league that you can say is just, say, maximum of 20 teams, say. I'm using 20 because that's what the Premier League is. So, and you can dump them in there, and it doesn't matter how many things you put in there, it just registers it as whatever. And they stay there unless you say, oh, have it. So there's promotions from, say, use the Premier League once again, from the top leagues in Europe. Say, I don't know, that's why I just said top leagues in Europe. But have it so whoever wins that league gets promoted to this. So I'm going to use it, Super League. But have it so, and at the same time, there's relegation from that league. So, and you can move teams up like that, and players around, say, as well, at the start only. But they obviously, like I said, go to that, use, they keep whatever their star rating is at the start, their stats at the start, value, say, on here, the contract side of things, as well, whatever they had at that, say, club. Even, it can happen even if this isn't available to them, the budget wise, and have it. So the budget does obviously take a hit for this, so it isn't overpowered, and potentially have clubs be put into the rubbish. I won't swear. And say financial fair play and so forth. To be fairness, I've not seen that at all happen on there, as far as I know. Anyway, as in books, social and so forth, on news wise, you don't see it. you don't really see it, to be honest. So yeah, you don't. Fair enough. Obviously, you do see managers being sacked, managers being signed to other clubs, and I know that for a fact. If I go to this, go to that, go to, unfortunately, it's where they are. But yeah, you got obviously Ralph Hasenhüttl is that Leeds as the manager here. But on here, if I go to history and career, say, it actually doesn't actually mention signs, to be fairness. So yeah, that is probably a little bit about sort of thing. When did he actually stop being the manager? No idea. 94 perhaps? Don't know. Because obviously he was a manager Leipzig and that place beforehand as well. Not sure if it was there though, but yeah, you see what I mean by that. That they do move and so forth around. I'm gonna say that's enough, I think, from of my list. I'm gonna end it here then, guys. Comment your list down below as well. Hopefully they are watching it. I know I'm a small YouTuber, technically. Definitely with views and subs, to be fairness. And likes. So once again, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. Comment your ideas down below. Don't forget to like the video. Hopefully Football Manager for console will release on time this year. For on PlayStation, Xbox, PC and so forth. On the right time, the right day, and not be delayed. Hopefully I may do a go away fly. The window's open and now there's a fly in the room. But yeah, have it so you've got that. And perhaps something which I might just quickly add is to have it so that the weather actually makes an impact on, say, the players' performances. On some players' performances, say, depending on where they're from. Or the rain interferes a little bit, snow interferes, sun obviously as well. So, like I said, I'm going to leave it here then, guys. So don't comment and subscribe. I hope you have an awesome day, and goodbye.